Evil Pixel.
Now, before I begin speaking about the topic of today's video, I want to say that this game somewhat coincides with the unreleased game I spoke about in the last video. And in order to avoid making this video repetitive and just repeating certain information, I suggest you check out my last video discussing the unreleased Sheikah game from the Legend of Zelda franchise. So if you want to check it out, just click the tab and I'll just leave a link in the description below as well. Now for a quick recap, ex-Retro Studio employee Sammy Hall was at one point in charge of the concept art of future titles. Once he left the studio, he put a ton of concept art in his online portfolio for people to see. Now these concepts were online for years until the media took notice of it and realized he had images of games that never got released. Hall then quickly deleted said concepts from his online portfolio. My assumption is that he probably didn't want to get involved legally with Nintendo. But thanks to the Wayback Machine, several of these images can still be seen. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, continuing on from there, among the concepts found was an Untitled Sheikah game as discussed previously, and also a never before mentioned or seen Boo game from the Super Mario series. Now, according to Sammy Hall's post, the game was in conceptualization from around 2006 to 2007. Even though information surrounding the Untitled Zelda game was limited, this Boo game's information was even more limited, as he didn't speak about it very much. Which reminds me that I don't think I mentioned in the last video who actually discovered this information. It was the media blog site Shinesparkers who made the discovery and actually spoke with the artist himself. Now, a lot of speculations derived from certain titles that he gave the concept art he posted. For example, one image had the title Tiny Stuff for Tiny Handheld Resolutions. This is the reason that led many to believe that this Boo game was being considered for the Nintendo DS at the time. Another interesting title was one that stated Possession Powers, leading us to believe that whatever protagonist the player was going to be playing as had the ability to take over other beings, kinda similar to what Mario does in Super Mario Odyssey. Now on to some of the concept art provided to us. I'll start off by saying that there are a few images that I cannot show in this video because they show religious representation, and I'm not trying to offend any of our viewers. But with that being said, I wonder what Sammy Hall was thinking drawing some of these, because I doubt Nintendo would ever want any kind of religious representation in any of their Mario games. But what I will do is quickly describe it. Now, one image shows a Boo literally being crucified in a Catholic cross as Jesus was represented in the Bible, with the thorn crowned, and yeah, I have no words. And another shows Boo transformed as a Jewish Star of David holding a Hanukkah menorah upside down. I'm really not sure what these are about, but either way he had them provided. Again, I can't really say much else, but if you want to see the images yourself, just a simple Google search would yield the results. Now on a lighter note, he did show what appears to be a world map of the game, which looks very interesting, as well as an array of different Boo characters and transformations. Now some of the images also show a weird green alien-like creature inside of a spider robot. So it could be that possibly this was the antagonist of the story, or maybe a boss perhaps? Again, all speculations of my own. Another image displays witches interacting with what I can only describe as Boo witches, or Boos transformed as witches. And the others just show different facial reactions and transformations that the Boos would have taken. Now the reason why this game never came to fruition is the same reason why the Sheikah game never got conceptualized either. It was because the leads Mark Pacini, Todd Keller, and Kynan Pearson from Retro Studios left the company, and it pretty much left the project in limbo. And to be honest, that's really it. As I stated previously, there really isn't much that's known about this game other than that what was shown to us. I just think it's really interesting how Nintendo was attempting to take a different point of view to the Mario franchise. And I think it would have been really cool for like a Goomba game or a Koopa Troopa game. But that's just my opinion. Now with this being a Mario franchise game, it also guaranteed that it would have probably sold well, even if the gameplay wasn't really good. Now I feel like Nintendo will eventually hit this route again at some point. We've seen them explore other Mario characters with games such as Captain Toad. But yet again, that's all simply speculations. And unfortunately, that is what we know of the Unreleased Boo game. Thank you guys for watching. Check out some of our other videos if you'd like, as well as our Twitter. And check out our updated Patreon if you'd like to support our channel. And we recently started streaming, so check out our Twitch, linked in the description below, where we stream frequently. And also join our Discord if you'd like to chat about any unreleased games. And I'll catch you all next time.